Pero nagse-cellphone naman, pero umiiyak po yan. Pinipigil pa po ang pag-iyak. Isa natin sa TikTok. Ay naku, yan na naman ang Daddy Gold. Singa. Ay.
The video you have seen a while ago was me crying when things are so overwhelming. This pandemic has really affected me in things I can't fathom, and sometimes I just cry when I don't understand what is happening. I am mostly an extrovert person where I really like to socialize with other people, and I think these limitations in the environment and the pandemic has really impacted me the most. I know I am not the only person who's experiencing the same, but it also takes my courage to show you what have happened in this past days of finishing my first semester in Masters. So today I am going to show you my e-portfolio and how I was able to hold on and keep the faith. So I hope you will learn something from this last video for my education models and paradigms course in Masters. For video number 1. So Khan Academy has always been a go-to place for many homeschoolers here in the Philippines, at least based on the students who are enrolled with us in Homeschool Global. I was able to experience Khan Academy for some time as well when I was so interested in learning about coding. I am surprised to stumble on this video because I thought Salman Khan was a different person from the creator of the Khan Academy. But then, they are the same person. I like how these materials revolutionize classroom management. I thought that Khan Academy was only applicable for homeschooling because it was mostly self-paced learning and very different from a classroom setup. However, through this video, Salman was able to open my mind that this is also possible in a classroom setup and can give a lot of help to humanize the classroom experience. It is where the teachers can have the time to help each student rather than preparation, lecturing, and grading the students, and to be more aware of their learning and confident in interacting with others.
For South Africa, education is just not readily accessible. In South Africa,
Video number 2 is what we're learning from online education, again from TED-Ed, and the speaker is Miss Daphne Koller. Another surprise of my life because Daphne Koller was one of the founders of the Coursera. So if you're familiar with Coursera, so Daphne was the one who co-founded the said free online account. So I am also familiar with Coursera because it is also one of the online resources that we offer to our families to supplement their learning. And the good thing was, it comes with quality material and it is free. I like how Daphne started her talk by emphasizing how quality education is inaccessible due to its expensiveness. I was moved when she mentioned about a mother died from a stampede just to enroll her student in a school in South Africa. Made me reflect on how blessed Filipinos are, for we have free and accessible quality education available. I like how this online education is being done because, as she mentioned, the students can engage the materials. A lot of benefits were mentioned, but what I will never forget was when she summarized her talk that if we offer this top quality education around the world for free, it would do three things. So the first one is it would establish education as a fundamental to human rights. Number two, it will enable lifelong learning. Number three, it will enable a wave of education.
I have one of the best jobs in the world because I get to work with people who are fun.
The third video is all about teaching methods for inspiring the students of the future. This is from TEDx Talks, and the speaker was Mr. Joe Rowe. I chose this video because it has a ring to its title, and I was right. Mr. Joe's classroom is so cool. He got his inspiration when he was assigned to be the lunch monitor at the cafeteria, and he realized that kids love choices. So, he incorporated choice in the 3 C's for the 21st century skills, which are collaboration, communication, and critical thinking. He was also creative in thinking of activities that would help the students learn the concepts of science. As he showed the different pictures of what his class looks like, I imagine this class is fun, and I am confident that I will be learning relevant things. He mentioned that two loves is also important in teaching. Love or passion in what you are doing, and the second love is for the children. It is not the love that is raging with emotion, but more of like the agape love mentioned by C.S. Lewis in his book. Lastly, he said, these two loves is important for the 6th C, which is caring. Because above all else, love stays still. The first research article that I chose is all about examining attitudes of students regarding the sports education model and direct teaching model. On this research article, constructivism was referenced in making the sports education model. The result was amazing because it is evident that when students are actively participating in their lessons, they are more able to learn and love what they are learning. At the last part of the research article, they emphasize that by making a good planning about each topic in the physical education lessons, it is possible to have fun in the lessons and actively participate in the lessons by acquiring individual responsibilities using sports educational model. It meant to me that these things can be achievable if the teacher put a lot of effort in their planning. My second article is all about what Finland is really doing to improve its acclaimed schools. I heard about Finland's success in terms of education system, but I did not do my own research about it and what makes it so special. So, I used this opportunity in knowing more about the question. Through this article, I was able to learn more about the myths and the basics of Finland educational system, how their policies are decentralized and they only follow one NCC, and schools are flexible on how they wanted to deliver them in order for the students to learn. A lot of myths was circulating because of miscommunication due to language barrier, because most of the NCCs and the policies are in the language of Finland. And that the only new thing was many schools in Finland plans an interdisciplinary activities for the students at the end of each term. And all are the same. They have homework, activities, etc. Maybe it's just really easy for other people to exaggerate things, especially when they haven't tried these things on their own yet, or they haven't experienced it yet. My research article number 3 is all about the principles of sustainable learning, an agrarian learning model. What's interesting about this article is that it talks about the 7 principles in like a farming way, where which component of the teaching and learning process is being compared on how to grow a plant in a farm. It is also interesting that it emphasizes on the sustainability of teaching and learning. Vision is really important in education. It was said in the Bible that when a nation don't have a vision, people will perish. But he that keeps the law, happy is he. Our country's vision for our learners is embedded in the educational policies and standards presented. Although it is not perfect, but we can always apply our compassion as teachers in making it relevant to our students. I'm very sure that these policies and guidelines are made referencing the educational models that ever existed and with the hope of making a new one. That is why I am so thankful that educational models is one of the courses offered in my master's program, for I am reminded that things did not just happen or needs to happen because it has a basis, a structure, and a reference. I also thank God for giving me the ever-passionate professor, Sir D, who makes the impossible possible. For I was never comfortable of talking in front of the camera, but with his requirements, I was able to realize that this isn't a matter of death, life and death, and that I can do it. Thank you for being so patient with us, sir, and for always inspiring us for making or doing the best in our profession. To my classmate, though I am not satisfied in seeing you virtually, but thank you for making the effort in making those report videos so we can all learn better. To my Baxes, Hazel and Nell, my go-to persons when things are overwhelming, and Paul, who makes RGC fun and stress-free. One sem to go! Yay! Lastly, to my future students, I don't know who you are, where you are, and what you are doing right now. But one thing is for sure, God made everything beautiful in His time, and that He has a plan. So, see you! And that ends my last report or my e-portfolio for our class. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye!